We're never going to get a podcast out of this.
Okay.
Is there a countdown?
No, there's not a countdown. I'll just ask a question. Do you want me to do a countdown? Do you want me to have a little...
I just want to help with the intro.
5, 4...
Are you recording the intro after the fact?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why, do you want to do the intro? You could do an intro right now.
This is Whitney Archibald with...
This is actually
this
Whitney
is Whitney
Archibald.
Archibald.
No, this is Whitney Archibald.
I'm not Whitney Archibald.
Okay, Brad, what's your intro?
Hey, it's a podcast and you guys are listening.
Actually, I'm Whitney Archibald, and this is the Family Lab podcast, where we investigate all things parenting and home management. Today, I've invited all 4 of my siblings to talk about our top 5 family movies from back when we were kids, and then the ones that we watch with our families today. It took us a minute to get things started, because first we had to figure out our screen order.
Can you order us in the order of your favorite?
Yeah, please
You
do
did.
that. I'd like to
I'm
be
in
at the
top
Right
left.
in the center.
At any given
Obviously.
time.
Hayley, it's already done.
And set some ground rules.
Is there a chat too? Oh, there
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
So we can swear in the chats?
I still have a pink face.
This isn't on network TV, Haley. We could just swear right in the podcast.
That's true.
She'd have to change it explicit.
Yeah, I am family friendly. Then we started in talking about the movies we used to watch growing up in the 80s and 90s. It was interesting to see what a difference the age gap made in the movies we watched. I'm the oldest, born in 1979. My sister Cassie Gadd is next, then Brad Singley, Brett Singley, and finally Hayley Kirkland, born in 1987. So Hayley and Brett remember different movies than the rest of us, partly because more movies had come out by then, but also because the rest of us were older and had moved on. Which brings up the main conundrum of family movie nights, trying to find movies that appeal to all different ages. Sure, there were times when the older kids watched a movie and little Hayley would settle herself in my parents' room by herself to watch and rewatch one movie over and over again, which we'll mention later. This kind of movie night segregation is just going to happen sometimes when there's an age gap with siblings. But we also watched a lot of movies together. The greatest hits list just changed over time. Our main goal in this episode is to assemble a great list of movies that can span some of these age gaps, not to mention spanning the decades from the 80s to the 2020s. We'll also talk about how we do family movie nights in our own homes. I was surprised at how much thought and attention some of my siblings put into it. One thing you should also know is that when we're together, we often randomly burst into song. We tried to hold ourselves back during this conversation, but it happens. Maybe it has something to do with the abundance of musicals we watched as kids. Also, we interrupt each other a fair amount. It's just what we do. Another thing I should mention is that we frequently talk about the movies we bought from Taco Bell, of all places. It turns out that we got the fast food chain wrong. After some off-screen research, we determined that it was actually McDonald's that was our vendor of choice for movies. We started our conversation talking about some of the differences in the way we used to watch movies compared to how we watch them now. I think that's one of the biggest things that's different about our kids watching movies and us watching movies, because we were limited to our selection. And so we watched movies so many times that we had them all memorized and all the commercials memorized. Do your kids watch the same thing over and over?
Not like we did, I don't feel like.
Yeah, not the same level for sure. They because we had a limited selection, they were all generally, we thought were pretty good because we spent money on them or we took the time to. And now you can just find legitimately anything. Like my kids will just sit and like watch something on YouTube that's just garbage.
Yeah, low standards.
We had a curated list, you know.
It's a good point, but there were also those movies where I remember watching them a million times, but there's no good reason. Like, why did we watch Candle Shoe?
It was so good.
Multiple times, which is like a B level
or C, yeah, like
level
really,
Disney
really
movie.
deep in the archives.
It is now my kids' favorite thing. I made them watch it because I was like, oh, we used to watch this all the time. It's terrible. They now joke, like, whenever we don't know what to watch, we're like, oh, let's watch Candle Shoe again.
Yeah, no, you're right. So, okay, what would make our family top 10 from when we were kids?
Sound of Music.
For sure.
Sound of Music. I feel like we even have to have a separate list for musicals because I have 5 musicals that we probably all have memorized. And I want to see if you guys guess the same ones as I have.
Should we try?
Yeah.
Is Newsies on the list?
It was not, but it probably should be. That came later. Yeah, that came in your era.
That was top of my list, Hayley. That was the first one that I thought of.
Meet Me in St. Louis.
Okay.
Yep.
Keep going.
Sweet Summer Children.
Meet Me in St. Louis.
Meet Me in St. Louis. Sound of Music. Oh wait, we already said that one. Singing in the Rain.
Summer.
Yes.
What is that? Summer Magic.
Summer Magic.
Oh, Summer Magic.
That was on my list.
Do you know what that is, Brett?
Again, Wonderful World of Disney. We taped it, so I guess we're gonna watch this on the trip to Grandma's house.
Yeah, I wouldn't have put that on my top musicals list, but that was definitely in circulation. I would say Music
Yes,
Man
for sure.
Oh, for sure.
was on it. And also the most questionable one is Seven Brides for Seven Brothers.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
problematic.
Yeah.
I mean, not questionable as far as the amount that we had it memorized and the amount that we watched it, but as far as content and plot, it is a questionable thing for young children to watch. I do have a caveat, though, because sometimes I like to show my kids old movies that have questionable morals because it makes for good conversations, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Like you can
There's some Shirley Temple movies that were frequented in our house, like Dimples, Poor Little Rich Girl, and a lot of Shirley Temple movies had some very questionable,
A lot of minstrel show.
type stuff. It does open up for some good conversation as long as you actually have those conversations.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
I didn't hear Swiss Family Robinson. We watched that a lot.
My kids love that one.
My kids love that too. There are also some conversations
yeah,
you need to have
for
about
sure.
that.
Yeah.
But, some of it is like, it's good to know the history of how women have been treated over the years.
Women and
how far we've come.
Aboriginal,
And, yes.
And animals.
I
think
barely even
most
remember
were
that movie at
indigenous.
all.
Yeah,
Oh,
that wasn't frequented in Brett and my experience.
So I guess we do have 2 different generations of
us and the
movie
babies.
watching.
Peter Pan. Mary Martin.
Oh, Peter Pan with Mary Martin.
For sure.
That is a...
We
Is
just
that the
rewatched
movie that
it.
you used to
Yeah.
watch by yourself?
Haley.
Haley?
Me?
Me,
Oh,
yes.
Haley.
That
Yes.
was like almost a daily occurrence. And I would, even at 3, I would quote that thing. So that one was also questionable.
I think that was the first movie that I feel like we kind of watched ironically a little bit because this is weird, but it's weird in a funny way. And I think another one like that was one that we discovered from our cousin, which was
Peach Alice.
a made-for-TV movie version of Alice in Wonderland with like the biggest cast of
so many
A-listers.
superstars.
Ugh. Sammy Davis Jr. as the caterpillar. Are you kidding me?
It was amazing.
I have a neighbor who found out that I was aware of it, and he said, I sing those songs every day. My whole life. I don't like it, ironically. It's my favorite movie. So, who knows?
The Lion and the Unicorn. Oh, it's so good.
So, okay, of live action, what other ones would you say are in our top?
Rear Window was a good one.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah,
there were
that
some
one we
other
watched a lot.
ones.
It's funny because a lot of the ones that I remember are way too old for me because I'm the baby and you people were all watching teenage movies. So I watched a lot of Adam Sandler as a kid. And So I Married an Axe Murderer was a big one for me.
That was a big one.
As a kid. And
Three
I was pretty
Amigos?
young.
Oh, yeah.
There it is. Three Amigos.
Yep, we watched that all the time. I was thinking about where we got movies. So there's the taped off TV. For some reason, there was also, we bought this one at Taco Bell because they suddenly were selling movies. So we got
Addams
Wayne's
Family.
World. We got Addams Family. Sure, if you sell it at Taco Bell,
Totally.
we'll buy it.
Tostada Family.
I think we also got some CDs from Taco Bell.
We did. Some
Sure
of our
did.
best Christmas CDs were from Taco Bell.
This is a weird twist. Thank you, Taco Bell.
Are they sponsors
Yo
for this?
quiero.
Live Ma. I took a couple and put them in kind of a fantasy list of things that were more from our childhood. So Never-Ending Story, I think, is one that everyone probably thought of.
For sure.
But
freaks me
Flight
out.
of the Navigator.
Yes. I put that on my list, too.
The best.
Yeah.
So
I
good.
love
Amazing.
it. It holds up perfectly.
Really? I haven't shown it to my kids.
I watched it with my kids. They were just as amazed. I was just as thrilled. Sarah Jessica Parker, my first love at a young age, is great in it. It's a perfect little movie.
Okay, we're gonna put that on our list.
Pee Wee Herman voicing the ship.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It's great.
I did not remember
Good one.
that.
Yeah,
then
that ship is at Disney World. I've seen that ship.
Wait,
Wow. I didn't know it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's there on their studio
my
tour.
mind is blown.
Yeah, yeah. Disney World, Hollywood, whatever. Hollywood Studios. Okay, but we forgot one of the biggest ones, which might be the top because it's Dad's favorite movie, and it is
Oh, I know
Don't
it.
say it.
Silverado?
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
Oh,
Of
Ghostbusters.
course.
Very good.
Ghostbusters, we had an audio recording of the whole movie that
Mom
we
did
would
that a
listen to on
lot.
road trips before we got a video in our van. Yeah.
I do that now, and I did that then. I discovered my radio would pick up like NBC. When I was a kid, I could pick up the local NBC station, and so I could listen to shows on my little tiny
Like
pocket
after you'd
radio.
gone to bed covertly.
Yeah, it was cool.
Oh,
I'm
So
telling.
sneaky.
I am telling.
nice. Okay. And then Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
For
I
sure.
Yeah. That's a
wanna
Taco
watch
Bell
that
classic.
One again.
It's so good.
It's good. There's one scene that's a little that we also had to have a talk about.
I don't
but
even
you know,
remember.
That mother.
We did that recently too.
Ruprecht needs a little talking through.
A little bit, but yeah.
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 And then
Oh,
Hook.
I
Hook
love
is
I
on
have
my
Hook on
list.
mine. Yeah.
I loved that in the theater, and then I went to school the next day, and our principal came and spoke to our classroom for some unrelated thing, and then just mentioned it, and mentioned how terrible that movie was for young children, and I was like, I don't like authority anymore. I don't appreciate
that was
what
the
you
first
Brad.
That was
time.
it for me.
Wow,
Nope.
I did not know that movie had such an impact on you.
Rufio.
I won't trust anyone that old now. That was my decision back in
But that's
fourth
you
grade.
now. That's you now,
Yeah.
by the way.
Doesn't trust himself.
I don't trust myself. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and then I had to throw in Sandlot because we watch Sandlot a lot.
Yes.
That's a great one that holds up. So there are a lot of those.
Yeah,
and Back to the Future.
for
That's
sure.
my
Oh,
all-time
for
favorite
sure.
movie.
For sure.
Yep.
Right after like COVID restrictions lifted, they showed that in theaters, and I went to it, and it was like the best movie experience ever. It was so
Oh,
fun.
I want to do that so badly. My screen for my car for a while, my husband put the DeLorean screen with the times on it. On my startup for my car. I loved it so much.
There were also the gritty ones that I liked that were like 70s Disney, like the film has a certain quality, and they'd shoot them in like really kind of grimy cities. There is Escape to Witch Mountain.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yep. Loved Bed Knobs and Broomsticks because we had a bed like that, and so I could pretend
Yep.
like I was gonna go on an adventure. But
You know what is the freakiest, craziest movie to me is Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
oh, it's horrifying. I watched it
like-
with my kids. It's horrible.
It's like 5 movies in one. The
Oh my
plot
gosh.
just keeps totally shifting, and then suddenly there's like Nazis and a
The dark time for Disney.
Yeah. They're trying to capture Dick Van Dyke's magic, and it just didn't quite land.
Yeah, yeah.
Any of
Just
the
so
older
much
movies,
slower.
they are paced very differently. Yeah.
Yeah, that is interesting. Like I still love the original Parent Trap and have that one memorized.
That's
for
on my
sure.
list. That's on my list still. And my kids' list, actually.
Do they like it better than the new one? I like it when that
I haven't
happens.
watched
The new one that was like out when I was
like 20 years ago.
Like,
Yep.
Yeah, that was on the list of 90s movies when I was looking up movies. So, yeah. You know, the new
Kids
one.
these days.
the new one.
So we're old.
So
So we're old. Yeah, we are old. Some of us more than others. Haley.
It makes me sad for my kids that they don't have the same, when we were kids, we had Saturday morning cartoons, we had TGIF, we had all of these like common media intakes that every kid in school did, and we could talk about the episodes and we could talk about our favorite shows. But now there's so many outlets that I feel like, or inlets, I don't know, that kids don't have that commonality very often.
Monoculture, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and even movies, like not a lot of kids go see movies in the theater and then talk about them, and
Yeah, until Wicked.
there's some of that. I'm curious how movie nights work at your house. Do you have like set family movie nights where everybody watches together and it's like this formal thing, or does it just kind of happen organically at your houses, or not?
We've gone in phases, right? So we had a time where it was like very much every Friday night, everyone get together and we're all gonna do it. And we went through like one summer we did really good doing that, and we did like all the Marvel movies in chronological order.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so that was a fun way to do it, but with all the activities and stuff, we just haven't gotten back to it. So it's
Right, and
it
once
was
you get
fun,
teenagers,
but yeah, pretty impossible now to get everyone together.
right? Kids who have lives.
Yep.
Our
social
tradition
lives.
is like early on a Saturday, we'll be like, oh, let's watch a movie tonight. And then we'll say you have to do your chores, and then, okay, we'll do it after dinner. But then the chores don't happen, and then dinner's late, and then it's like, oh, guys, it's too late for a movie. So that's our
your
typical
tradition is movie night is canceled.
Yeah, we cancel movie night.
Everybody go to bed.
Yep, and then get them to bed so we can watch, a movie that the kids can't watch. So that's our plan.
Perfect.
That's really cute. I like that tradition. Except that I know that you guys do watch a lot of movies together. So when does that happen?
I think you just have to start it, and if not everybody's there,
Yeah.
I think the trickiest thing is the young kids movies and the old kids movies, and
Right.
We'll often do set the little kids up with something, and then the big kids get to watch something PG-13 or something, and then there's that. Am I old enough yet? Do I get to join the big kids? And it's kind of
then
a nice rite of
we start
passage.
that younger and younger as our kids
Yes.
get
Yes.
older,
As
and our
is
standards and our
evidenced
standards
by the
lower.
youngest child watching Billy Madison at 10.
Totally age appropriate. Totally.
Our trick
As
similar
my
to
8-year-old
that.
reminded me, I already know all the bad words, Dad. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
well,
hear it at school every day.
okay.
But that is a challenge of family movies. So that's kind of why I tried to make my list movies that could be watched and enjoyed by all ages. But it was hard. It's hard to find those because some of our most beloved ones we haven't been able to let everybody watch them.
Especially
yet,
90s
so.
movies. They have so much
Yeah.
language.
True.
Yeah,
So
Less than 80s movies.
that's true.
that is true.
So being married to a filmmaker, movies are sacred. And in fact, Byron won't really let friends come and watch movies with us as a family unless they've been vetted first.
Oh.
Because there are some friends that just talk through the whole thing. That is sacrilege to Byron. So we have Friday night movie nights, and it is a sacred time for our family. We get together and we do it every single Friday. There's a rare occasion where we're not all together watching them. That being said, my oldest is 13, so it's probably gonna fall apart at some point. But we've kind of kept that going since they were babies, so it's important to us.
On that
That's
topic,
pretty awesome.
I went to the first time I watched a movie with my in-laws. they would pull out this almanac that had every single movie ever made up to that year so that they could be like, what was that person on? Oh, we know him from this. And it was IMDb in a book.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know that existed.
And I was like sitting on the couch just looking back and forth as they talked through the whole movie like, oh, I know so-and-so was on this back in this year. And they had like all of these things memorized, and I was simultaneously annoyed and amazed. And now I have become the same. We are constantly checking IMDb and talking about, that's where I know him from. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Oh, man. First time I ever went to a movie with Byron's family, we went to the movie. We went back to the living room, and we sat and talked about the movie for 3 hours after. And we dissected the theme and talked about the acting and the directing. Granted, my father-in-law was a major director for animated films, so that's what he did for life. And that was just their norm. They would go to the movies every Friday. They would actually go out to the movies every Friday and then come back and have a long conversation about what made it good, what made it bad, all those things. So
what an education Byron had. That's
truly
amazing.
No wonder he became a filmmaker.
That is so cool. I had no idea.
Yeah,
so do you guys do that after your movie? Do you talk about it?
Yeah. Probably not quite as in
3 hours
as they did, because Byron doesn't have as many people to converse with that are as good at it as his family is.
But it seems like they're in training to be that.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, that's just because of the ages of your kids, probably.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably true.
That's amazing. I did not know any of this was going on every Friday. We've been trying for a while to have it, but I feel like our only family movie nights with everybody there is on trips now, like on vacation. So we try to kind of like pick the movies we're going to watch in advance so that we're deliberate about it when we go on vacation, because that's when we can watch it.
Yeah. When I was trying to come up with my list for my family of things that we all watch, because our age range is so wide, we do have quite a few animated ones in there, but I've got a list of ones that we will bring on every road trip because everybody enjoys them. Like even the older kids really enjoy watching them.
Okay, lay it on us. Let's hear your list.
So My Neighbor Totoro.
Oh, that's mine.
Studio Ghibli. Fantastic Mr. Fox.
That's on mine.
What, the cuss?
That's the best. I love
this one I'm sure is not nearly as well beloved by everyone else, but Surf's Up.
It's on my list.
No, that's what my kids were like. You have to put Surf's Up on there.
I love that.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's great. It's
is that
good.
the penguins?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I saw it once. Yeah.
It's so much better than Happy Feet, which came out at the same time.
It is
so much better.
And the other two were Three Ninjas that we've already talked a little bit about. My kids love it. It's the best.
I gotta show my kids that.
Is that Rocky Loves Emily?
It is.
Okay, got it.
We're not going to hurt you. We're just going to kidnap you. Amazing. And then the last one is more of a category, but we pretty much love all the Lego movies. So one of those gets in there, whether it's Ninjago or Lego Movie or Lego Batman.
But what's the best one?
The original Lego Movie was amazing.
Yeah, it is. They're all so good. We just watched Batman, so maybe
so did we.
Why
that's so funny.
Have that top of mind.
Like this week we watched it.
Yeah.
So that is a great list. I love it. Those are all winners. We'll tell you if we disagree with anybody's lists.
Wrong.
Those are all winners. Probably all of our top fives are all going to be beloved, but who knows? Who even knows? So let's go to you, Cass.
As far as family movie nights, it has gotten very separated because I have a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old, and then 14, 12, and 10. And it is like, do you think Asher's ready for this one? I think maybe he's ready for this, So that thing. So right now, the favorite of my oldest 3 is Jurassic Park. Like that's definitely one of their top 5.
That's so good.
They love that. And that's one that definitely holds it up. Yeah.
It holds up.
Like, that one's so
Yeah,
good.
it does.
The one that my mother-in-law actually showed my kids that they really loved and watched over and over was Blackbeard's Ghost. Have you guys seen that one?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Because of your kids.
They like die laughing. Like, there's just enough. There's this ghost that nobody can see except one guy, and at this track meet, he's like tripping people and making people run really fast and doing all these, and they just like lose it. Like, they laugh so hard. So they love it.
Okay, but what
It's
do
funny.
you think
It
of
really is funny. It's a fun one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have Remember the Titans. It's a great one.
Oh, that's so good.
And my oldest said Princess Bride. It's one of his favorites.
That's mine.
And
Stole it.
we like Night at the Museum.
Oh, that's
and,
a good one. That's fun.
National
That's
Treasure.
a good all ages. Like the little ones can.
Yeah, that's a big one. Yeah. My kids love that one.
Yep.
Awesome. Good list.
They like the adventure
for
ones,
sure.
it sounds like. That's cool.
Is Blackbeard's Ghost as good as Mr. Boogedy though?
I was going to bring up Mr. Boogedy.
I have it on my list to mention as well.
Oh my gosh.
And that's in their same category of, Dad, you're going to make us watch Mr. Boogedy or Bride of Boogedy.
We did watch that on a road trip. Okay, so who's next up? Do you want to go?
Oh wait, I have
Brad?
one more. I'm sorry.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
That Darn Cat. My kids loved
Oh,
that
that one
and
is
it's really
fun.
fun. Like that one.
It's a
that one is really a
mystery
fun
and-
one.
Yeah.
It's well done.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot about that one. That's a good one. Okay, let's hear your list.
You
Brad.
so mine are Safety Last, which is a silent film. So I like Hayley.
Oh, you're so cultured.
Oh, well, yes, I'm only the fanciest, finer things for me. No, I married a film major also, and my wife studied screenwriting, and we started watching silent films before we had kids, and then where we live in Seattle, they have like a silent movie Mondays where they have
That's
a
awesome.
Wurlitzer organ. They have a guy playing on the original like pipe organ in this giant old theater, the Paramount, and it's incredible. It's like one of the most fun movie going experiences ever. And Safety Last is legitimately one of the like my favorite films of all time.
How do we find that? How do we watch that?
Find it on Amazon Prime, although the soundtrack with it is awful. It's so bad.
Aw.
But it's still hilarious. I watched it with a group of guys from church, and I'm sitting next to a 70-year-old man who was laughing so uncontrollably. I could have just sat there and watched him the whole time because I loved it. It's like the best physical comedy. Highly recommend it. My other one, I have School of Rock, which is like a little more teenager. It's got some swearing, but it is
so good.
so great.
Why did I go
Like-
last?
We love
Oh,
it.
because yours all keep getting taken.
Because you're the
Yeah.
baby.
But then
I've
you
got
can go
Fantastic
deeper.
Mr. Fox, which has already been picked. I have Hunt for the Wilder People is
Oh, that's
one
on
of our
mine too.
favorites.
So good.
Also some language, but I don't know. My kids are also like I think understanding of like you
That's
know,
the vernacular.
that's the vernacular.
Yeah.
This is a teenage boy who's seen some things. He's gonna
Yeah.
say some inappropriate stuff.
And they've heard
That's
that
just the stuff you
inappropriate
know
stuff.
about.
They've heard it from you, so it's fine.
They hear it all the time. The other one that like we've made an event of every time, like I think we've just watched it with each one of our kids like intentionally, and that's The Red Balloon. We've got it on DVD, and it's just a nice little cultural night. You see another silent movie kind of, and very artistic French movie. It's a short, but we really like that one. And like Hayley was saying, we talk about the movies that we watch for a long time. And my kids, we used to have a movie club with our friends.
Oh, fun.
And we'd watch a movie and then have a 2-hour discussion about it, or hour to 2. And then our kids would be doing the same thing with their friends down in the basement.
Oh, that's
They'd watch
cute.
a movie and then talk about it.
How do you have time for that? That's a long night.
It's like a once a month thing.
That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
I
just
love that
fun.
you made time for that. I really wasn't being critical. I just think that's like, I love that you prioritize that and make it a thing. I love that.
You know, it's a book club for people who can't read like me.
Perfect.
But honestly, I think our kids are also like, they watch the Oscars every year is like a big highlight, and they make their picks, and they are, you know, very serious about each one of these picks. And even though they've not seen most
Over
of the
half of
movies, I think they saw
see
like
the
3
trailers
of
or
them
something, or
this year. But they watch the little snippets that get shown, and they have until it's announced to make their pick, and
that's fun.
they love it. And yeah, my oldest just blew us away and got 16 of the
Wow.
25. It was
Whoa.
impressive.
I had a lot of screaming kids during the Oscars this year because they were just so mad that Wicked didn't win every single thing. Come on! Or Dune, because 2 of my girls just absolutely love Timothée Chalamet.
Gotcha.
They haven't seen it, but they love him. So that's all that
I
matters.
was like, they really love Dune? I was like, okay. I
know.
Rooting for
They
Wonka.
just love Timothy.
I'm making chocolate.
because of
course.
Wonka.
Yeah, exactly.
Excellent. Well, when you said an event with the red balloon, I realized, how did we forget Fiddler on the Roof? Do you guys remember, like, whenever that would be on TV, we'd have like a phone tree going. Like, everybody would call all their friends and say, Fiddler on the Roof is going to be on TV at this time, and everybody would tune in and watch Fiddler on the Roof, and we loved it. And that's another one I have memorized. And
For sure.
I showed it to my kids, and in that dream sequence with the
Ghost.
the ghost.
Models.
Oh my
one-
gosh,
yeah.
they fell apart. They thought that was the funniest thing they had ever seen in their lives.
It is.
Speaking
great.
of ghosts,
Ghost.
Ghost. We watched that a lot.
Why did we watch Ghosts so much?
So much.
I have an answer. Another Taco Bell classic.
It was.
What is with Taco Bell providing us half of our movie collection?
I did
And why
not
aren't they doing
remember
this
that.
today? I guess they can't really do that. But they should have a streaming service.
Taco Bell streams. Oh man, that's so good.
I so did not remember that.
I
That was
do
so
like
funny.
there's the interesting thing where there's an age where you can watch some of those movies and the innuendo goes over your head.
That is true.
That was every time I watched those movies.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's great.
These guys just really like doing pottery.
They're huge into pottery.
That looks like fun. I'd like to try that.
We need to get a wheel for the house.
Those dark ghosts were like haunted my
Me
dreams
too.
every night.
Totally.
Yeah, that was scary. And speaking of Whoopi Goldberg, we also watched Sister Act
That
a
one
lot.
is
Oh,
lot.
heck yeah. Holds up.
Holds
That
up,
one,
it's
that
so
one is
good.
pretty
Oh,
funny.
I have
Amazing.
not shown
Oh
my
my
kids
God.
that one.
Do not watch Sister Act 2. Do not do that.
Okay.
Although it does have Lauryn Hill.
Joyful.
Who is amazing.
Okay, I'll put that on my list too. Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear your list, Hayley. If there's anything left on it,
There isn't.
tell us the things that have already been mentioned too.
Okay, so we have Princess Bride. So these are the most frequented in our van because we still have a DVD player in our van. So, I know. So, Princess Bride, Hook, School of Rock. That's one. That's one that
So good.
my youngest, who was 5 at the time, said, "I think it's funny when they swear." Oh,
She's not wrong.
It is.
it is. I mean, she's right. So it's fine. Good comedic timing. And honestly, Singing in the Rain and
so good.
and Music Man. Those are the most watched in my car. Newsies would be on that list too. I know I'm going into the musical situation, but of the ones not in my car, have you guys seen Paddington 2?
The best.
No.
Possibly
No.
like a perfect film.
Yeah.
Really?
It's so good.
It makes Paddington
And it's
1 look
two.
like garbage. No, I'm just kidding. But it is really good. It's better than the first one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I even stayed awake.
And then, of course, there's Napoleon Dynamite, which is just a
Oh,
classic.
yeah, we haven't mentioned that one yet.
That's because it wasn't during our
That
childhood.
is a good one.
Okay, here's an interesting one that we watched a lot as kids, and my kids watch a lot now, but not the same version, Into the Woods.
Oh, yeah.
We watched a lot of the stage production
We
with Bernadette
did.
Peters.
That was awesome.
And my kids love the new Disney Into the Woods, and I do too. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's great. Yeah.
I had a couple others too that were just like not on my top, but are important movies to my family. Cool Runnings
Totally.
Yeah.
is one of them.
Taco Bell.
Nacho Libre.
Yeah.
Oh,
And my kids, so while Billy Madison, you're right, like doesn't hold up and is not great for the kids, but Happy Gilmore does.
Oh my gosh.
And it's fantastic.
I
And I'm
die
excited
over
for the new
Happy
one.
Gilmore every time I watch it.
Ugh.
And it's so good. It's
It's
so
so
good.
good.
It
And
is.
So I Married an Axe Murderer, honestly.
Yes.
Oh, that just reminded me. Goonies.
Ashley Day wanted to watch.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's scary.
David Bowie.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it since I was a kid because it was so terrifying.
Same with Neverending Story.
Yeah. Neither one. I haven't not shown my kids because it was just
might-
too much.
It might be why I really don't like fantasy anything at all. Yeah, traumatized a whole generation as we watched the poor little horse sink into the sadness.
Atreyu.
Yeah, don't put that on your list, guys.
No.
So sad.
So-
So terrible.
I need to watch that with my kids just to kind of help them grow up.
Toughen them up. Got to get tough. A serious one that I really loved introducing to my oldest two so far, and will have that kind of moment. But Life is Beautiful is my favorite movie
it's
ever.
so beautiful.
And so
For
that
sure.
one is a really fun
Yeah.
one to
Yeah. Oh,
share with them.
something that I have recently shown to my kids is Monty Python and the Holy Grail. That's fast forwarding a couple spots, but you know.
What About Bob is a big one in our family.
Oh,
We like that one.
That's a good one.
And Groundhog Day is fun. But
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
About Bob is like,
I mean, especially on Groundhog
course.
Day.
yes.
For sure.
Yeah.
Can we talk about our childhood scary movie marathons?
I don't know this.
I don't know.
I
this
know
either.
them.
Brett.
I remember
Is it
watching
you
like
too?
Friday nights were like we'd watch a scary movie often.
Oh,
And then-
Brett and I had a phase where we had scary movie marathons with Kylie, with our cousins. And
Dad.
there's some that you should not watch as kids alone. Oh, Dad is
Yeah.
the most fun to watch scary movies with.
And funny movies. He's
And-
just the most
Well,
fun to
because
watch
you could
any kind of
rewind
movie
the
with.
scary part and then show it again, and he would still like jump so.
Did I tell you guys when I watched Signs with him in the movie theater? It was me, him, an empty seat, and a woman next to us, and then like the fingers come out, and he stood straight up and went, "Wah!" He whacked the lady in the arm.
He really is the best. Like funny movies, especially. Like I just love hearing
That
him
laugh.
just laugh. Yeah.
I went to see The Sixth Sense with Brett.
I was there too.
Okay, and I had not seen it. Everybody else had seen it. I was like the last, and somehow had not had it spoiled, which was amazing. I'm very glad.
That is amazing.
But Brett knew where all of the jump scares were, and while I'm watching, he went around. He like sneakily exited our row and went into the row in front of us, and then jumped out toward me in one of the big jump scares.
It was like almost an empty theater. It was amazing.
Perfect. It was perfect.
Okay, so my list, probably our top is Dan in Real Life. We watched Dan in Real Life
Yeah.
all the time.
So
The
good.
soundtrack
So
is
good.
amazing. We love everything about that movie. I think it's the movie that depicts our family reunions better, like is the most like our family reunions than anything I've ever watched. Just like this cozy chaos, and I just love it so much, and it makes me cry every time, and it makes me laugh every time. It's so good.
Haley and I went and watched that movie at the
then-
movie theater right after we had both broken up with boyfriends. We just sat there and we
were
were
a
all
mess.
like the whole time we were like,
In the parking lot. Oh my gosh. And then we went and bought the soundtrack. So we
Over
just have
it,
it playing
yeah.
on repeat in
Yeah.
the car. Yeah.
And my kids have learned the soundtrack on their instrument.
love
Like
that
we just
soundtrack.
that music is part of our
That's a perfect one.
family. Yeah, it's so good. And we also saw him in concert, and that was really fun. Okay, so then our second one is The Secret Life of
Oh,
Walter
that's
Mitty.
such a good
Everybody
one.
loves
Yeah.
that movie, and it's so beautiful, and it's I don't know, we just love that movie. Hitch. We love Hitch in our family.
I gotta show my kids Hitch. I think they'll think that's hilarious.
So great. And David and I do not watch movies over and over, except for that one. We watch Hitch, and Dan in Real Life. Those two movies we watch repeatedly because they're just so great. We love Hitch.
And that's why your kids are aspiring pickup artists.
Yes, exactly. No, we even used that to teach our kids how to dance at school dances.
Oh,
that
that's
scene where he
brilliant.
teaches him how to dance. Yeah, it's so great. It's so great.
Don't add that in.
Yes, that's also great. The whole intro is just going to be Hayley pets and Cassie adjusting the lamp.
And Brad with his eyes.
It's going to be great. This was a weird one. The fifth spot in our family, it was up for grabs between The Truman Show, which I love, and the kids all love The Truman Show. And which is another one good to have family discussions about, like what is real? What if this happened to you? Or
I had 3 kids cry themselves to sleep after that movie.
really, because they thought they were
Is
in
this
the
all a
Truman Show.
simulation?
No, just they felt so bad for him.
Oh, that's so. You have sweeter kids than I do. And then the other one that they were deciding between is Castaway. They all loved
I've
Castaway,
never seen it.
which is a surprise because it's kind of slow.
I've
I love
never
that movie.
seen
You
it.
It's
haven't
great.
seen it? I love it too, but I was
Like,
surprised
not-
they loved it.
Hey,
I
what
haven't-
song does that
I've
remind
seen it
you of?
once.
Do 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 do. Do you guys
Does he
remember watching
sing?
it?
Do
You guys remember watching it at Mom and Dad's house?
Sorry, I'm thinking of Marge Simpson's doorbell that played that
Oh no.
song over and over and over.
No, every time he would look at the picture of his wife, all of us would go do 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 do. The first time I ever saw that movie.
I don't doubt it happened. I just don't remember it.
You're making stuff up.
Stop gaslighting me, Brad. It's not going to work.
That's funny.
Just because we're
fair.
on a
I like
podcast,
that.
you can't make stuff up.
I'm gonna do that. But yeah, but my kids loved it, and I was so surprised because it is so quiet and so slow, and they love it. So Cassie, the next movie
Hey.
night, and I don't think there's much swearing in that because there's not much talking.
Yeah,
Period.
who's he going to talk to?
So
His
I think
little ball?
I feel like we've shown it to all our kids. Yeah. Yes.
Wilson.
Wilson. Yeah. Anyway, so that Truman Show won as the fifth spot, but that was close. Now, if we were talking about teenage movies, probably our most rewatched comedy is Masterminds because we love that show. It's so good. That one is definitely for the teens
I've been saving that one for you.
and the adults. But it is so funny. And
Oh.
it's a true story.
I do know
You
that
know,
one.
one that I should have added
Sorry.
to my list
Yes.
is we watched this with our young kids, and we're like, oh, I don't know, this might be too old. They were the most glued to this, Raising Arizona.
Oh.
They now insist that this is our Thanksgiving movie. We watch it every year. There is a Thanksgiving scene in it.
Okay.
And so they're
okay.
convinced, like, this is a Thanksgiving movie. The scene, I mean, just the fact that there's a baby at stake,
Yeah.
you know, along for the ride, the little
Yeah.
kids are, like, in it. And Yeah,
I haven't shown that to my kid.
Oh,
Me
it's-
neither.
I haven't either.
forgot
So
about
good.
it.
I looked for it one time, I think. I don't know that it's easy to find right now, but
So we should probably have some sort of concluding
like a song.
song.
MIC.
Well, thank you guys for all coming and talking about your movies. It's been a nice trip down memory lane, and we've come up with a good list for things that hold up and things that are our kids' favorites. Also, some things that you should never watch and
Right.
don't show your children.
Non-recommendations.
So thanks for being willing to indulge me and be on my podcast, guys.
You know, just one more thing. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Family Lab podcast. I hope you came away with a few movies to try out with your own families. Please add some of your favorites to the discussion on Instagram this week. Thanks to my siblings for coming on this week. And as always, thanks to our mom, Susan Singley, for playing my theme music. She used to play this all the time when we were kids, and to me, it's the soundtrack of motherhood.